Hey y'all, how's everyone been? We haven't been on in a while,
A month.
but that's okay. This is TR McCoy coming at you with another video.
Hey, everybody.
And our topic today,
The question
the
of the day
question,
is
when is free speech free? My take on that, your free speech is free is when you're around family, friends, and I'm going to say people that you know, people that are familiar with you. Because if you say the wrong thing at the wrong place and the wrong time, there could be serious consequences.
so you saying there never was freedom of speech?
Freedom of speech is only free around
Certain people.
certain people, your close knit, your circle.
So that's
You
not
know,
really freedom of speech.
so freedom of speech has never really been free because if you go somewhere and you say the wrong thing to the wrong group of people, there's going to be consequences. Either you're going to get beat up, you got, you might get locked up, or
Other.
or other. And that's my spin on it. But I could be wrong. If anyone has leave a comment, but that's my spin on it. Even if I say something to you at the wrong place at the wrong time, you got something to say. So I
But
mean,
that doesn't mean that just because I have some. See, I think that it's basically a dialogue between you and the person. Like my parents always told me, things you don't discuss with other people is like who you're voting for, because it can cause a confrontation. And we see that even in the election for uh, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, it caused a lot of controversy between people about political parties. So my parents always said, you never let nobody know who you're voting for. That's your personal right, who you're voting for. And reading the comments, whether you like the person that's running for office as a president, vice president, whatever, um, whoever wins, whether you like them or not, you still have to respect that party anyway. So they said in order to keep the peace, you keep who you're voting for to yourself.
I agree.
And I agree with
I
that
agree. Your
also.
personal, sometimes your personal opinion or things that's who you want to vote for, whatever. That's kind of personal. It shouldn't be open for discussion. You know what I mean? Well, I don't discuss it. I might discuss it with you who I'm gonna vote for, but I'm not gonna go around and tell everybody, oh, who I'm gonna vote for. I'm voting for this person. I'm voting for that because it ain't none of their business. You
Right.
know what I mean? So who I vote for ain't got nothing to do with it.
Also, even when you say freedom of speech, like you said, when you talking around certain people, you can say certain things. But when you're outside of your, I guess, your comfort zone, or um, in a different setting, there's certain things you can and cannot say. However, there's people that say whatever they want to say, however they want to say it in
Right,
front of
right, right,
whoever they
right,
want to
right.
say it in front of, and yet there's no consequences. However, and then when you say something, then there's a problem.
Well, not just that. They always say, with freedom of speech, but who is it? Who is it free
Two or four.
to? Who is it free for? Who has freedom of speech? I don't have freedom of speech. I
Well, I
can't
think the
get on a platform and say what I want to say, and whether it's offensive or derogatory or whatever. It's not. I'm not going to get the same treatment as other people doing the same thing. You know what I mean? We all know what happened to Jimmy Kimmel. He got fired from, suspended, whatever we want to call it, from saying what he wanted to say on national TV, and
It cost him his job.
it cost him his job.
Well, I think they
But
said
then-
he's coming back.
Okay, but then he got suspended.
Right.
But then you have other people that say something, and
Nothing happens.
nothing happens.
Well, that
You know what I
also
mean?
goes for not just for what happened recently, but also when it comes to churches, when it comes to your belief, when it comes to, it's not just racial things. It's even with who you believe in, the God you believe in, the God you serve, or whatever. It becomes confrontational. It becomes where people want to pow you. It comes, and that is not what life is all about. You should be able to agree to disagree. You know what I mean? That's what makes everybody, especially in the United States.
You should be able to
You should be able to agree to disagree.
without conflict.
Without a conflict.
Without
yes.
conflict. Yes.
If you can't disagree with somebody and still hold the same love for them or whatever, then you got a problem. That's my end. You have a problem. You seriously have a problem, because just because I don't like what you like, or I don't do what you do, I don't go where you go, that's your business.
That is your
As
business,
long as
right.
it doesn't cause me any harm or any, consequences.
If I have a open debate with people, shouldn't lead to me being threatened, or my
Right.
family being threatened.
Right.
That's
or anybody being
anybody
threatened.
threatened.
Right.
So that's why I say, freedom of speech, it's only free to
Some.
certain groups of people, but it's not free to
And
everybody.
then when you think about that, when you say it's only free to certain groups of people, when you really look at it, it's not free to them either, because there's consequences that they have to deal with as well.
Well, I tell you what, they get a pass because they say what they want. They say whatever they want to say.
No.
But there is no
I'm not
consequences.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that there's no repercussion. I'm saying they may get a pass, but they also get abusive comments back to them and things of they may get threats as well.
Well,
They say it,
well-
but you're saying that because they're not held like we're held to a standard when we say something or do something. Like they say, oh, blacks cause the most crime.
but they don't.
That's not true. And we know that's not true, but they're showing mostly black incidents and crime opposed to showing all the crime
true.
of different
true.
ethnic backgrounds
true.
and whatnot.
That's true.
It's not that blacks are committing more crimes. That's just what they're showing to make us look bad.
Right.
And people may not agree,
and people believe
but it's
that,
the
though.
truth.
People
And
believe
they
that.
do.
People
And it's
believe
wrong.
that,
But
all criminals ain't black.
no.
All criminals ain't Hispanic.
No.
I've never been to jail, but if you ever been to jail, you got white, black, Chinese, you got everybody in jail.
Every
You know what I
nationality.
mean? Every nationality in jail. So for you to say, I mean, we
That's
come
a
from
different conversation.
that is a different conversation. We ain't even gonna talk about our
Right.
conversation today.
It's freedom.
Is talking
Freedom
about
of
freedom
speech.
of speech, and is it really free for everybody? My say, no. I don't know what your say is.
Well, we know it's not. It's
You know,
not.
but so,
it's not free. It's not compared the same. It's not held
right.
at the same standard.
For everybody, right?
It's not.
Standard is not held for
So-
everybody, right? That's true.
It's
That's
just
true.
it's a world that we're living in, and it's getting. I hate
It's
this.
getting-
I hate to keep saying it's getting worse,
But it is.
but when you look back, you
But
see
it
it's
is.
getting worse.
It
So
is getting worse.
all we can do is
And
continue to pray and pray
that's
for
all
your
we have to do,
families.
pray for
And
your
that's for
families.
everybody. I don't care who it is. Pray for your families. Watch your family members, your children, your grandchildren. Teach them how to, this is a wicked world that we're living in. So teach them how to, you can't say everything you want to, because believe it or not, people come up missing.
People come up missing.
Watch
We at
your
the age,
family members.
we're at the time we have to get back to teaching our kids, our family, our friends how to be safe. Be everybody that say you everybody that says they're your friend
Is not
ain't your friend.
true.
You know what I mean? And we have to get back to that dialogue of telling people, our family and our friends, to be careful.
I told
You know
my
what I
son,
mean?
I said, give me your location on your phone. He's like, Mom, why I need to give you my location on my phone? I said, boy, give me your location. It's too many people going missing and nobody know where they are. Give me your location. And so we all have to, like he said, become basically back as the Bible say, my brother's keeper.
Brother's keeper.
You have to become
And,
your brother and your sister's keeper.
Remember
Your
this,
brother's
my
keeper.
take, freedom of speech ain't free. So be careful to what you say to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Be careful what you say to people. Be careful what you say around people. You know what I mean? So I appreciate all the comments that come back, because we will respond back to the comments. And just give me your take on what you think.
Is freedom free? Is freedom of speech free? That's the question.
That's the question.
And
Yeah.
what's your answer? Y'all
Yeah.
have a good day. Keep it safe. Be blessed. Watch your family members, your friends, and your loved ones. And Charles.
I'm going to say I love you, but God loves you more.
And if negativity comes knocking at your door, what do? Send it back where it came from. It doesn't belong to you. Only good vibes over here. Peace.
Peace out, y'all. See you in the next video.